What's going on, fellas? Welcome. It's your boy, Deadly Crypto. We in this MF. We in this motherfucker. I might let that slip later on as I get into the feel of things, but I'm not gonna greet you with an F1. How you guys doing? So, what do we have behind us here? We got some NFTs. We're on a little bit of OpenSea. Yeah, I always forget that I'm looking at this thing inverse, so it's to my left side, but I need to point that way. So, yeah, we are on OpenSea. We're going to be talking about how to make your own NFTs on OpenSea. We're going to be actually creating a small little MetaMask account. We're not even going to fund it. We're going to be creating these on the Polygon network, which is a layer 2 solution to Ethereum. So the NFTs are going to live on the Ethereum blockchain. We're going to also make some NFTs on the Algorand blockchain through AlgoGems. But I'm not going to show you how to set up the Algorand wallet. It's kind of the same process for MetaMask, so you can pretty much figure it out from there. It's a similar process. And then, again, I'm not going to show you how to create the Algorand account, but it's just to show you that there are different networks that you can create different NFTs on. There's other ones too that we're not going to talk about or show you today. Like, I think I put in the description Cardano. They make NFTs. They have their own blockchain. Solana, you can make NFTs on Solana. So there are a couple different places and ways to make NFTs. I'm going to show you one of the really popular ways and really popular places, which is OpenSea on Ethereum network. And then we're going to show you Algorand. So before we get into that, we'll see who's here. Take a look at our comments. Who we got in the house? We got Caesar. What's up, dog? My boy Caesar. Greetings, brother. Greetings. And we got Safe House Enterprise pitched by George. Oh, George, what's up, brother? Oh, man, I dropped my little dealio here. Bumped my elbow on the table. George, my man, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming out. I'm glad I got you the proper time. Yep. I was like, dang, it starts in 30 minutes, so it's really, really cool that, or convenient that he has 30 minutes before we start whenever you hit me up on Twitter. All right, fellas, so to get started here, I'm going to use a different browser than I normally use because I've already logged in. I've got the MetaMask installed on this browser. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover this one up real quick. And I actually just downloaded Google Chrome. I don't even use Google Chrome, but I just downloaded it so that way we can show you how to get MetaMask and then how to create an account with OpenSea, create your collection, make your first NFT, and then from there we're going to quickly duplicate the process on Algorand. So let's go ahead and get started here. Make sure, oh, Caesar, and then you're in the right spot, brother. Let's learn how to make our own NFTs. Now, one prerequisite for putting your NFTs on the blockchain is that you have to have the artwork. So something that you want to live in the blockchain forever. If it's a piece of art, you can take a photo of something that exists in the real world. People are now using NFTs to claim real ownership of physical properties. So they're transferring real estate into NFTs, so you don't have to do the legal paperwork is actually transferred into it. It's crazy what you can do. You can put anything into an NFT. So the main thing is you want to have what you're putting into the NFT already created. Now, right here, we're going to go to metamask.io. Be careful when you type this into your search browser, Bing, Google, whatever, because you don't want to click on an ad and you don't want to go to the wrong website. You want to make sure you download the real MetaMask from the get-go. And you don't get set up in the wrong MetaMask. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and click download here. I'm just going to do it for Chrome because this is Chrome. Now, if you want to do this on mobile, I'm sorry guys, let me go ahead and put myself in the corner. If you want to do this on mobile, you can do this on mobile as well. I have a video already put up about this. It's like a 2-minute video on how to create a MetaMask account, how to go to OpenSea on your mobile, how to make an NFT. Really quick videos. Today we're doing the desktop version. So what we're going to need to do here is just go ahead and add Chrome, add extension. We're just basically installing the MetaMask extension. All right. So they're happy to see me. So this is how, if you already have one, you can import a wallet. But I'm going to go ahead and create a new wallet with we're going to do the secret recovery phrase. Everything's going to be right here. I'm just going to go ahead and take a picture of that bad boy. Like I said, I'm not going to load any funds onto this account. Pretty much just going to delete it after this. So everything's going to be on screen. But I mean, if you want to go log into this while I'm doing this and ruin my live stream, that's going to mess me up. But other than that, you're not going to get anything out of this. So Make sure you read all this stuff. I'm not going to read all this stuff. You can read all this stuff on your own time. We're just going to make a new password. So I'm just going to do password 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe if I can do that. Password 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, damn, they don't match. Password 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'll come this one again. Okay, now they match. Okay, make sure you read and agree to these terms of use before you start doing stuff. Now we're going to secure our wallet. You can watch this short little video if you're on your own time, but we're not. So we're just going to go ahead and reveal these secret words. So let me just go ahead, take a picture of it. Not even going to write it down. Now, guys, let me express right here that you do want to keep this very secure. You don't want anyone to see this stuff. You want to write it down. Don't take a picture of it where someone can hack your phone, steal your data. Don't take a screenshot. None of this stuff. You see, like, you to write it down on a piece of paper, all that good stuff. Make sure you're securing this. I'm not, because we're doing this for the presentation really quickly. Now I have to confirm this. That's why I took a picture of it, because I didn't want to write it down. So let me just use my phone here. Type that in. Oh, look, there we go. Van half Solar Beach. Chunk Afraid Today. And then Quality Club Swim Palm World. Alright. Bete. Now, again, store it safely, write it down somewhere. Maybe in multiple places, you don't want to forget that. Okay, cool. Now we have MetaMask. So if I open up a new tab, I'm really not familiar with Google, but it should be there somewhere. Now that we have MetaMask, I'm already logged in anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and go to OpenSea.io. And here is OpenSea. So now I can see, let me take a look at my profile. It's going to go ahead and connect MetaMask. So whenever we let, my dog that sneezed, if you heard that, bless you. So whenever we landed here, it asks us to, it didn't ask us anything. We could just scroll around and do whatever we want. I came right up here and I'm going to go to profile. We're going to make a profile real quick. I'm going to use MetaMask. So you can use any of these other wallets that you want to. We just created a MetaMask really quickly and we didn't fund it. So we're just going to go ahead and connect with MetaMask. So this is signing the transaction. Basically means that we want to, this is what we're allowing it to do. So it's going to say different things when you sign different transactions. So we're going to go ahead and accept and sign. So now here's the message. You'll read all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. It's going to be different every single time. You definitely want to pay attention to that and make sure you know what you're authorizing. Because a lot of people can mess you up this way. So here, now we have our little account. So we can put whatever we want here. I'm not going to go through the complete profile setup. But here you can see, you can change your little pictures. So if I go into my files, just go to external drive real quick. Let's see, yeah, no journey. We'll just put this picture right here as my profile picture. I'll install updates later. Can't install those updates right now. So I can change my profile picture, change my banner. Then we can come right here. And I believe we have to come over here to change our name. Yeah, so whatever username I want. I think Deadly Live should be available. And then we live, yo. So whatever. You can put all this stuff here, link all your stuff. I'm just going to save that. Okay, so now we get to the cool stuff. Let's go ahead and create. Now, if you don't have a collection, I believe you can just create an NFT just off the rip. So we're going to go ahead and try to create a collection first, though. That way you can see a collection is a group of NFTs. Something, if you want to categorize it. Let me get a drink of water real quick, guys. We'll take a look at your questions, too. Doesn't look like we have any. Nice. Patrick says, what's up? What's up, Patrick? My dog. Fist bump ya. All right, so for collections, like I said, this is basically if you want to group a bunch of NFTs. So you've seen CryptoPunks is very popular. I don't know, Bored Ape Yacht Club. Those are very popular NFT collections. You can make a collection if you want to. You can make singular NFTs if you want to. We're just going to go ahead and create a collection really, really quickly. So this is going to be the logo image. It's going to be used for navigation. And whenever you're creating these, they recommend at least 350, 350. I found this the hard way. Like all the recommendations make it turn out really shitty and blurry. So you definitely want to multiply this for as large as your video editor will allow you, or your photo editor will allow you to create. For example, if I wanted to multiply this by 2, I can have 1200 by 800, and that would be much better quality whenever I actually insert it and someone navigates to my profile, to the collection, they see it, it's going to look a lot better. That's just a little tip there. You want to multiply that for as large as you can that your photo editing software will allow you to do. If you can fit it 3 times, 5 times, that's great. So let's just throw some images up in here really quick. I'm going to put this one to be displayed, and then my featured image, again, we'll just go ahead and use that. And then for my banner image, I'll go ahead and just put this in the back. I know that's not going to fit properly. This is a proper banner dimension. See, that's 1280 by 365. So here, this is not a proper banner dimension, but anyway, we're just going to throw it in there. And the name of this collection is going to be Live Collection. So that is going to be the name of it. Our URL, we can make it whatever we want. Oh, Live Collection is already taken. Alright, so I'm just going to make it something that comes to the top of my mind that I know isn't taken. So Live Collection 420, get it, is not taken. Live Collection 420, get it. And you don't have to make this the same thing match there. You can make this whatever you want to. I like let me see. I like Bitcoin for sure. Hopefully that's not taken. URL is valid. Yeah, so you can make the URL whatever you want. Generally, people will match the name of the URL to the name of the collection, so it's easier to find, or that whenever they click on it, it says the same thing. You know, it just makes sense. But you can make it whatever you want to. So I'm just gonna, for example, I showed you that, and I'll just go ahead and put it. Delete these spaces really quick. For our description, this was for a tutorial, and smiley face. So for a category, you can put whatever you want here. I'm just going to go ahead and throw art. Any of your links and sites that you want to link, you can do right here. Now your creator earnings, this is important to pay attention to right here. So it says collect a fee when users resell an item you originally created. It's deducted from the final sale price and paid monthly to a payout address of your choosing. So let's just say, for example, you make a collection that happens to be wildly successful. You get the right amount of promotions done, you get followers, and your collection takes off. People buy all your NFTs from you, and you make a profit. You sold all your NFTs. Okay, now those people that bought the NFTs from you, they start selling to other people. Trading of your NFTs begins. Every single time one of those NFTs sells, you can get a percentage of that sale. So this is important right here. If you put this too large, it may deter people from trying to invest in your project. If there's a 10%, if they know there's going to be a 10% fee, royalty fee, they're probably not going to partake in that. You can maybe get away with 0.5% to 2.5%. I'll just be really, generous. We'll just say 0.75%. For an address here, we're going to want to use our MetaMask address. So we can just go ahead and copy that. You can put whatever address you want, actually. For the video, I'm just going to go ahead and use my MetaMask address here. My Ethereum receiving address. So right here, whatever I'm going to put, it's going to be right there. And you can do whatever wallet address you want to. I'm just using the MetaMask address that we set up for this, the purpose of this live tutorial. And then for the blockchain, this is going to be pretty important right here. So what we want to do for this tutorial, I'm going to choose Polygon because it's gas free. Now, most of the successful projects that live on Ethereum blockchain are not on layer 2, not on Polygon, not on Ethereum. So just take that into consideration. If you want to make NFTs for free, you can make NFTs for free with Polygon. That's what we're going to go ahead and do. For payment tokens, we're just going to go ahead and click to receive all of this. We can convert it to whatever we want if we're fortunate enough to get paid. And this display theme isn't really going to matter. I'm just going to go ahead and make it padded. So, and what am I forgetting? Oh, it can only contain lowercase. All right. Oh, what now? Oh, there it is. Cool. So we're creating our collection. Now, once we've created our collection, we'll be able to add an NFT to it. As soon as it gets created, let me just take a swig of water. What's up, fellas? Thanks for coming out, everyone. Watching us make some NFTs. You're gonna go make some of your own after this. All right. No, something went wrong. That's extremely unfortunate. All right, well, that kind of sucks. Let me go to my profile and see if it says something went wrong, but we actually didn't do anything wrong. Let me see. Hey, Niaz, what's up, brother? And Adabawale, greetings, sir. Greetings. Yeah, so I'm trying to go to my profile here. I'm sorry, guys. Looks like we got a freaking error. Alright, so there we go. Deadly Live. Do I have any collections? No items to display. Alright, well, it doesn't look like my collection was created, but that is how you create a collection. I'm just going to go ahead and try to add the NFT now. So let us just see if I could do it without a collection. Perfect. So here we can add whatever photo we want. I have a photo pre-selected. Again, this is whatever artwork you want. Now you can make this, again, ownership to a building, receipt for some type of item or transaction. You can make it anything that you want to be. There's a bunch of use cases for NFTs, not just the art that has been, the art that's being traded around on OpenSea, but you can do so much with it. Here's a image that we have that we want to make it to an NFT. Whatever you want to make it into an NFT, you can. This one we're just gonna say into the live stream. Nice. Yeah. So he's just sitting there, he's chilling in space, he's got his drink, and he's just watching the live stream. He's having a good time. So external link right here. You can link this to anything you want to, like if you have a website, a product that you want somebody to see. So if they click on this NFT, they'll be able to see this external link, and it can take them to anywhere, YouTube video, whatever you want them, wherever you want to take it to. You can put a link right here. Just gonna go ahead and leave that one blank. Description. This was made for a live stream tutorial. Oh man. There we go. So now, if we had a collection created, we could choose that. Oh, look, it's right there. See, I knew that error was like that. Sometimes it gives you error message. I knew it. OpenSea does that. It says like, oh, error, something went wrong, but it still took care of the action. So nice. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and put it to the live collection for it when you get it. If we had multiple collections here, we could choose from one. I've only got one. That's the one we just created. So we're just going to go ahead and add it there. Now here's where things get a little bit tricky. So you can create NFTs for multiple things, right? Whenever I first got here, this puzzled the hell out of me. It took me a while to figure it out. So here what we're going to be able to do is add properties. So this is where you could see type. Right here it has character male. That's a really, bad example. But for example, we can have clothing, and we can have jacket. Or in this instance, it's a spaceman, so we could say space suit. And then, like if this guy had a rare attribute like earrings, like CryptoPunks or something like that, the eyes, or like accessories, that'd be a good one. Accessories. So now my man's has a cup. Remember, he's chilling with the cup, and he's chilling with the cup. So there we go. We have, and background, maybe we have background. That could be another property. So in this instance, he's in space. So that's the background there. And you can put any type, you can make anything you want to a property. If this were like a physical real estate property, you could put the building dimensions, floor widths, area dimensions, all kinds of things. Location. You could, if this was a receipt for a transaction, you could put item purchased, whatever it was, like if it was glassware, if it was metal, if it was a piece of metal or iron, whatever you wanted to do, you could put on blockchain. So don't let it be limited to art. But in this example, we're using art. So I'm just going to go ahead and save those there. And you can put as many as you want, however you want to do it. And keep in mind that the algorithm here is going to automatically categorize everything for you. So if you have, we're just going to keep it real small for easy math sake. If you have 10 items in this collection, and the clothing, 2 of them were in spacesuits, it's going to be 20% of these items in the clothing category have spacesuits. So that's going to give it rarity or not, right? So if out of 10 of the images that were in this collection, 8 of them had spacesuits, it would be 80% clothing spacesuit. And that's not really rare. And it would do this for you. You don't have to calculate the math. Just know that whatever categories you put, or the properties you put in here, is going to calculate it all for you. For your accessories, if you have 10 cups out of 100 images, it may or may not be less or more rare. So that is how properties become rare, and an NFT with multiple rare properties becomes super rare. All right, so now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to look at levels. So now let's just say, for example, this is for a game. This is for a game, and these are unlockable items. Let's just say it's a 3D object. Let's just think outside the box here. Maybe some of us aren't gamers in the stream. That's okay. Let's just imagine you're playing the game, and some random game, and you find a little unlockable chest, and there is a vest that goes on. So you open it up, the little treasure chest, and you pull it out, and it's a vest. Okay, so the vest can be body armor from level 1 to level 5. How strong is the body armor, right? So we can make it, here, for example, it has speed. So for here, we're going to say body armor, right? We can make it whatever we want. The picture's going to be a body armor. Instead of a picture, it's going to be a 3D object that translates into a game. So generally, for artwork, we don't use levels. But for this tutorial, I want to show you what a level is, right? So we can find it right here. We can put whatever attributes we wanted. If it, instead of speed, if it was strength, so if this was like a little consumable item, we wanted to make the strength whatever we wanted to, you know. Let's say, all right, well, this gives, this strength is a 6 out of 10. Gives you, you know, that's the ranking of the strength of the attribute of the item that you're picking up in game. And there's a bunch of other different ways you can apply this too. I can't think of a few outside of gaming, so I'm not going to try and explain any more than a gaming example. But this just leaves opportunities for you to get creative, and that is what a level would do, or the levels. Now for the stats here, it's a similar concept. It becomes populated with speed. So for the level, that would say what level the item is out of, for example, we did 6 out of 10. So that was a 6 out of 10 level. Now for the stats, you can come in here and say, all right, well, the potion actually will increase your health points by 15%. It'll increase your stamina by, or it'll increase your health by 15 points, your stamina by 10 points, right? And maybe I don't know, if you're in like a game that requires stealth or something like that, another attribute, it'll increase it by that many points. So you can put right here however many you want, and whatever points that you wanted it to be to. So that would be the stats. And you can make this like many other ways. If it were, for example, baseball cards, or let's just think digital cards, for example, for stats here, because I can't think of another example for stats. If you want it to be like baseball cards, then you have like a Babe Ruth or whatever, and you put the player stats on there. I don't know much about baseball cards, but each NFT has different stats, so you can rank that up. Instead of it being a weapon drop or an in-game item drop, it can be something like that, where you have a collection of trading cards of some sort, some mythical, you know, I don't know what the guys are creating there, but that's just an example of what you could do with it. You add the stats. So these are all very interesting things right here. Now, what is next up is unlockable content. So, contrary to the external link, if you click on this and you click the link here, it'll take you to wherever that link is posted. Now, if we look at the unlockable content, whenever we put this here, only the person that owns this can see it. So after it is bought from you, only the person that buys it can see the link or whatever you put in here. So like you can have instructions to go to some other website. You can link them directly to a hidden page on your website that isn't listed anywhere else. You can send them pretty much anything you want to right here. So this can give an NFT a greater amount of value. It could have, for example, this is just one example. If somebody runs a business, they can say, hey, you know what? Of all these NFTs, there are going to be a certain amount with unlockable content, and they can come out to VIP meet and greets, and you can come and talk to me or consult with me in real life or online for 2 hours, something like that. So if they purchase the NFT, they get that value. They get that unlockable content, and then they get to keep the art afterwards. So it just gives it a little extra layer of value. You can make it literally whatever you want, however you think you can add value to your NFT, especially if it's in unlockable content. That is a way to do it. So, explicit and sensitive content, that one's pretty easy. If you got like boobies and stuff up in your in your photos, or maybe somebody's getting their head chopped off, no, that sounds pretty explicit or sensitive. Maybe you have a picture of some dude holding. Oh man, I shouldn't even say that. So I don't want to get canceled. But if it's explicit, all you have to do is put right there, and then boom, it's going to be like, hey, this is not safe for work content. So that's what NSFW means if you don't know. Not safe for work. So the supply. This is how many is going to be created of your NFT. For this example, we're just going to go ahead and make one. But we can make this as many as we wanted to. Remember, we can make this. Well, actually, not remember. I haven't told you yet. But we can make this as many as we want. We can make this one of 1,000, one of 10,000. I don't know if there actually is a limit. Maybe. Let's check it out. I think it could be maybe one of up to 9,000. So, not too sure. But I'm just going to make one. You could probably put up to, I'd try at least 9,999 before I think there might be issues. But yeah, you could probably try that. I'm just going to put one because I don't want to have to struggle to delete all this shit later. It's literally just going to exist till the end of time. Probably not even going to delete it. I don't know. I might not be able to delete the collection. But anyway, we're going to look on Polygon. Looks like I'm about out of water, guys. Let me take my last sip of water here and we'll filter through the comments. Niaz, my brother, I am going to have a good day. I hope you do too. Patrick said that error pretty much sums up current state of Web3. LOL, long way to go. Yeah, you're right. There's a long way to go, but it's interesting and innovative to be here when we are here. It's a very amazing opportunity to take advantage of. And my boy Niaz. Niaz is a member, by the way, guys. That's why his name is all green. It looks so dope. Niaz. He says, if we make NFT for our personal documents as NFT like education and certificate ID card, etc., not for sale or personal use, is there any advantage in the future? Bro, yes. Me and my friend, little quick reply to Niaz's comment before we get back on subject here. Yes, me and my friends have actually talked about that, like educational documents and even schools sports stats, like they can't be altered if you put them into the blockchain, and they can be infused in a very simple way by using NFTs, non-fungible tokens. I think that the term gets thrown around a lot and very loosely understood, but yeah, man, there's a huge benefit to it. The advantage is that it can't be manipulated. The only reason that we're not using it is because it's not native. We're currently using systems of ledgers that can be manipulated, like even the banks. Bro, I walked into the bank one time, once upon a time, this was several years ago. I walked into the bank one time to deposit my check that I got from the job I used to work at. I gave it to the banker. She said she deposited to my account. I got a receipt. I walked out. I tried to buy something online. The money wasn't in my account. I immediately went back to the bank and I talked to the lady, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I put it in the wrong account." And then she takes the money my money that was in that account, brings it back to my account. I mean, it's like these ledgers are so easily manipulated. That's one way in money that ledger's manipulated, that Bitcoin and other cryptos are here to solve for sure. And another way is from just deterring information and going back and spoofing it and rewriting and covering things up. When you put something in the blockchain, it's there. It's there, and that is the major advantage of it. It just cannot be manipulated in the future at any point. So that's the major advantage he has. 520 Grabovoy says, please make one DCA 3 comma spot one day live. You got it, brother. We'll do a 3 commas DCA bot live one day. You got it, my man. As long as you hit that subscribe button. You better make sure you subscribe, and then we'll get you. All right, now we're about to mint this motherfucker. Yeah, that's why I had to drink some water. So anyway, to freeze the metadata, we're going to have to create it first. I'm not going to freeze the metadata because I want to delete this. But I'm just going to go ahead and prove that I'm not a robot to these dudes. Clicking all the ones with buses. And this is quite the process here. So make sure there ain't no buses because they'll get you. Alright. Alright. And I created into the live stream. That's the name of this bad boy. Now that it's created, I can share it to Twitter I could share it to whatever. I'm gonna come over here and I can go to edit. If I wanted to freeze the metadata, now I'll just go to edit and I'll make sure that all of this is exactly how I want it to be. All the capitalization is correct. If it were me, I'd want every letter capitalized here. But you know, like how that is. But make sure your properties are correct. There's no misspellings. I have made a terrible mistake in my own personal collection and frozen the metadata of a property that had a spelling mistake, and it fucked the entire collection up, and I'll never be able to redeem myself. So don't do that. Make sure that everything is good before you freeze your metadata, and you can come right here and freeze your metadata. Freeze, and then you'll get a little transaction over here. Might take a minute to pop up. Then you sign it. All right, there we go. I understand that by locking my metadata is permanently frozen, and this is where it cannot be altered, and this is the amazing benefit for when we are trying to store something on a digital ledger. And there we go. We have to sign it if that's what we wanted to do, but I'm not going to sign that. So I'm just going to go ahead and back out there and hit the back button so I can come back to this page. So now we can have the option to sell this. So it doesn't matter what you made it for. If you made it for $0, whatever the hell you think it's worth, we can put it in USDC or ETH. So if I think this is worth 0.05 ETH, I could sell it for 0.05 ETH. If I think it's worth 150 ETH, then I could sell it for 150 ETH. You can sell this for whatever you wanted to sell it for. The only problem you're gonna have is trying to find someone to buy it. Okay, and remember too, one awesome thing, since we put it into the collection that we were taught with, we thought we had an error. OpenSea told us we had an error, but it actually created the collection. So remember, because it's in that collection, we actually get a royalty off of everything that is sold in the future. So off of this $181,000, well, we don't know if that's what they're going to sell it for. They buy it from us for 150 ETH. Whatever they sell it for, we'd get a 0.75% fee off of that at the end of the month, however many times it was sold. If it was sold 10 times that month, you would get 0.75 commissions each time it was sold, because that collection has that commissions fee. So then we can list it up here for as long as we'd like, and that it'll allow us to anyway. 1 day, 3 days, 6 months. If people see that it's on auction for 6 months, it might not drive that much need to buy it. There's no call to action there at 6 months, like, oh, it's going to be available for 6 months. There could possibly be a lot of bidding unless someone just outright buys it, but you know, if it's not that pressing. So maybe sometimes people like to do, you kind of have to have a following to be successful with NFTs in any case, unless you just have really fantastic art. But for the most part, you have to be known. Some people, like for example, Steph Curry dropped a release or a couple NFTs, I think, and they were like 3 days auction. So it was kind of pressing. You only had 3 days to bid or buy it, so it prompted people to buy faster. It may or may not work for you, but this is where you can set up how long you want it to be for. If you're like me and you're just a lazy butt, you could just put 6 months so you don't have to worry about it for 6 months at a time. And it'll show you exactly what day it ends on, so I don't have to worry about this till 2023, but I'm going to delete it anyway, remember. So remember, there's that, here's the service fee from, and we're going to talk about this. Look at the service fee right here, 2.5%. 2.5%. Algorand, AlgoGems does not have that service fee. But here, this OpenSea has a service fee of 2.5%, so they're going to take 2.5% off the top. We had 0.75%. The system looks like it's rounding it up to 0.8%. So that is going to complete our listing, and we will sell this bad boy for 150 Ethereum. And if anyone ever buys this, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it up for sale. If anyone ever buys, if my YouTube happens to blow up and we get like 1 million subs or something, and someone buys this later, I will share it with everyone who commented on this video. So leave a comment if you were here. All right, so we're gonna sign that. Yeah, I guess I could just leave it up. It doesn't really matter. I should delete it, but I'll just leave it up. So that transaction is completed. Now I'm going to approve the currency, wrapped ether. Whatever. Wrapped ether is basically something, it's supposed to be pegged to the price of Ethereum, so that way you don't actually have to use Ethereum on this blockchain, so you don't have to transfer over with all those gas fees. Other site to add a network, so I don't have Polygon on my MetaMask yet. I forgot to add that, so we're just going to go ahead and switch to that network. Look at that. It prompted me to do it anyway. So now I can just scroll down to the bottom. Sorry. To create on Polygon, you do need to add the Polygon network to your MetaMask. But as you can see, OpenSea prompted us to do that anyway. So there we go. Now I can view the listing, and now I can share this bad boy Twitter to my like 600 followers and be like, "Yo, dudes, which one of y'all got 150 ETH to throw down on this?" And there it is. It's for sale. So if I had multiple here, you'd be able to see right here where it says new trait. You'd be able to see the percentage of the rarity that it is, and you can see right here, since it was just created, there's obviously no transaction history. It's never been sold, transferred anywhere, and yeah, that's it. So we can go to the collection. If there was more stuff here, you'd be able to see multiple NFTs. Here would be one. Here would be one. You could do sorting. You could do. Actually, let me just come over here now. I'll show you what one looks like. So we go to my Oso Poops collection, and see, there we go. Price is low to high. Recently created. So then we can go to accessories, or whatever properties I have right here. See, here's that one that oh my god, I can't believe I did that. It says Leah. It's supposed to say leash. It's supposed to say leash. See, the Leah is off. It's supposed to say leash. So I messed up that pretty bad, pretty upset about that. But here, I can go to the poop, and then I can go to, let's go mid poop. And there's 3 of them where he's mid poop. So you can filter it out just like that. And once you actually have some stuff up, you can start filtering out by collections, things like that. We can go to, let me turn off that one. And then for background, because I know there's a lot of backgrounds, we could just go to buildings. And then we'll find a lot of them with buildings, or we can turn that one off, and we can go to, I think there's like, let's try forest. And then we can find some with trees in the back. So you can filter it out however you want to, and you can see how those properties start to relate in. So that was, yeah, that was OpenSea walkthrough, creating MetaMask, creating OpenSea account, customizing it really quick, creating a collection, creating an NFT on OpenSea with MetaMask on Ethereum blockchain. We're going to take a brief intermission, do some little comments if you guys have any, and if it doesn't take that long, if there's not any comments or questions about that, then we'll just go ahead and jump right into Algorand, because I'm going to do a quick presentation, similar process on how to mint on just a different blockchain, just so you know there's other stuff out there other than OpenSea. You don't have to be on the OpenSea bandwagon. So, yeah. What do we got, guys? Any questions, comments, anything like that? What's going on here? Nothing. Nothing, fellas? Is that true? Nothing? Alright. Take a drink from my red Solo cup. Just water in here. Promise there's water in here. Give you guys a moment or two. If you have any questions, just type them in the comments. If there's no questions, we'll just move forward. Please, small BTC update too. Alright, Niaz, at the end of Algorand presentation, we'll do BTC update. Alright, brother? We'll do small BTC update at the end of the Algorand NFT presentation, because today's sauce was to show you how to make NFTs. So if there's no other questions, we can go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so for the next one, let me go ahead and close out of this because that's so bright it hurts my eyes. Yeah, actually, that wallet phrase is open, so if someone does pay for 150 ETH for that thing one day, first one to get into the wallet and take it gets it, whatever. Yeah, I made the seed phrase on public anyway. So I already have AlgoGems bookmarked here, but I'm not signed in. We're not going to go through the process of creating a wallet for Algorand blockchain. Now, it's very similar. What we just did with MetaMask at the beginning of this presentation was we created a wallet so that we can use the Ethereum blockchain. There are other blockchains that can incorporate into it, layer 2 solutions and other blockchains. For this part of the presentation now, I'm going to be using my Para wallet. So it's here on my phone. Let's see, where is that bad boy? Yeah, my Para Algo wallet. I'm going to be using that. It's on my phone right here. So, well, let me see. Para Algo wallet. You can see right through my phone because the green screen effect. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be using. You can download any wallet you want to. So we'll just go right here. It's very similar to OpenSea. It's just a marketplace. It's a marketplace that you can buy, sell, trade NFTs on. You can store things on the Algorand blockchain instead of storing them on the Ethereum blockchain. That's it. It's a different blockchain. You can do a bunch of stuff on Algorand blockchain that you can do on Ethereum, except you can do it faster on Algorand, and cheaper on Algorand. It's pretty crazy stuff no one talks about. But anyway, it's crazy how many people aren't using Algorand. But anyway, I'm just going to go right here, and you can select multiple wallets here. So like I said, I have the Para wallet. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one. This is my Addy right here. It's my public Addy, so you're not going to be able to do anything with it because now I have the authentication challenge here. And that's why I knew I could do this. So I have to confirm from my phone right here. And now I have to accept. See, so it says accept. So, haha, you're not going to be able to take my algos and my transactions being processed. And all right, there we go. It's Daily Crypto. Daily Crypto. And still, I'm not verified. So now that I'm signed in, we can go ahead and it's a very similar process. I didn't show you a lot of stuff that you can, browse on OpenSea. It's pretty much an open marketplace. Go around, find stuff you want to buy, and then buy it. Same thing here. Now we're going to talk about a couple things here where you mint your NFT. The collection, very similar process. I'm not going to make a collection here on Algorand to save us some time, but it's a very similar process. You set up the collection. You can group, an amount of NFTs into the group that you want to name. And like my Oso Poops collection, they're all very similar. It's a bunch of pictures of my dog pooping. So I put them in the same collection, same category. I wouldn't put something else from a different category in there, and I wouldn't put an Oso Poop in a different collection. But I'm not going to do that here. Now, Shuffle is just some weird things that they have where you can like automatically create an NFT for like a really cheap price and then sell it off. It's literally just, they have this in the example video. If you really want to know what a shuffle is, they even have an example video when you click make a new shuffle. But it's just automatically generating an NFT, and I'm not going to waste an Algorand doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and mint my NFT right here, and I can just click any photo again. So I'm just going to use the same photo. We're going to use our little spaceman. Oh, I don't know why it opened it up like that. All right, I guess I have to click to upload actually. So we'll go to my NFT, unknown journey. So now I can create this. Give me a second. It's a little bit of a different process. Very, very similar process through multiple blockchains. We're going to have a similar process here. It's going to be slightly different. So as you can see, it's not all in one page. On OpenSea, you just scroll down. It was one page. Here's a little bit more flowy. I'm actually going to turn this into dark mode. Yeah, thank you. I was kind of killing my eyes. So the name or title is going to be, what did we say it was? Lost in the live stream. Lost in the live stream. Ownership, rights, and description. This was made for a tutorial for Deadly Crypto YouTube. My boys and girls, and whatever you identify as. So tags, whatever you want to, you know what a tag is. It helps your artwork be found. So if you wanted it to be like, if it was featuring Bitcoin, if it was featuring space, if it was featuring whatever, I'm just going to go ahead and put space just for an example. And maybe I'll put Galaxy too. If I can spell right, Galaxy. Alright, so there we go. Here we have the not safe for work option. Free to mint. Caution. I'm not going to do that. Let me see how much it costs to mint. I think I have a couple algos on here. Well, it looks like it's going to take a while. It might take a while. Algorand's a little bit blocked up there. Well, guys, we're waiting on this NFT to be minted. Trying to flex on why Algorand is better, and then here we're stuck in this infinite loop of waiting for shit. But again, I guess here we are, Web3. Oh yeah, by the way, Patrick made a comment. He said current state of Web3 in a nutshell. Yeah, this is Web3, guys. Welcome to Web3. That term gets thrown around a lot loosely. I don't think people understand what it means. It's really just the next layer of the internet. Brings ownership to the investors, to the creators, to the participators. Alright, well, that's really unfortunate. I mean, I guess I could sit here and wait. Try to open another tab and see what's the dealio. Click over that. So it looks like, yeah, it didn't create. I've created this one in the past. That was just like whenever I first figured out about AlgoGems. That was the first NFT that I made, so I just left it up there. This one doesn't seem to be creating. I'll try and refresh it, guys. Sorry, I guess that's what happens in a live stream. So let me try that again. Uploading my picture. All right. Oh, unit name. Just copy and paste that there. Oh, nice, cool. So if you, I missed that in the last one. Good thing. I was wondering where the hell that went. So right here we can see this is a similar thing where we have the properties on the last one. Now you don't have levels and stats, but you can put properties how we had on the last NFT status. Remember, I've already closed the OpenSea one, but remember we were doing the clothing. The other one had a spacesuit. We did accessories, and he had the cup. So you can do anything you want to here like that. Accessories, cup. I'll just leave it like that, just to show that how it's put there. And if this doesn't create, then oh, I'm such a big dummy. I know what I'm waiting for. Wow, brain fart, guys. I was waiting for the transaction to pop up on my screen because I was used to MetaMask. It's on my phone. Dummy head moment. All right, there we go. Oh man, that was for the old one. I shouldn't have refreshed. Now I definitely fucked everything up. I just approved the old transaction. My algos. Not now. Alright, there we go. Now I'm confirming this transaction. So hopefully that works. There we go. Alright. Fuck. Okay, so it was asking me to confirm the transaction on my phone in the first time that we were waiting for 12 years. And then I refreshed. So whenever I opened up my wallet, the first transaction to sign was the first one. But since I'd already refreshed, we were on the second transaction. So I pulled up the second transaction and approved it. There we go. It created the damn NFT. So now we created this. We created this sucker here, and we can edit the metadata. We can refresh it so we can see after we edit it what it looks like. You can report it if you want to be a doucher. Here we obviously see that big sell button. Here would be your buy history. So it's a little bit different interface than OpenSea, but you know, like I said, similar concepts. Whatever we want to sell it for. And there we go. Look at that. There's no royalties here because there's no collection. And the fees are 0 to 2.5%. Now, OpenSea's mandatory 2.5%. Is different. They have it based on a tier schedule. I don't remember where I found that tier schedule at, but you can look it up and there is a tier schedule. So even though it goes up to 2.5%, some of them start out at 0 for different reasons, and you can get away with paying AlgoGems anything, where OpenSea charges mandatory 2.5% off everything. So here's, if we're doing a private sale, we can list this up. If I'm planning to sell this to another individual I know in real life, or if I've already made arrangements with this person online, I can do it for a private sale. And if it's not a private sale, I can do it for an auction. And now here Algorand has a little bit of a different limit on how long something can stay up. So on AlgoGems, you can only auction something for 200 hours. Let me divide that by 24 real quick so we can see how long that is. 200, oh, not 2,000. Yeah, so that's 8 days. It's a little over a week. All right, so it's a little over a week, but you know, you can still auction it off, and you can put however much time you want, however much money you want, whatever algos. I'll just go ahead and put 5 algos. Yeah, not 5,001. 5 algos. So submit. Now I'm going to have to opt in. There it is on my phone. So I'll have to confirm, accept. My transaction is being processed. Waiting for your transaction to post to the, writing your transaction to the Algorand blockchain. There you go. All right. Oh, let me see how much that costs. Yeah, a very small fraction of an Algorand. I'm trying to see in my wallet history really quick. Yeah, whatever. Not gonna mess with it. But here we go. Now we see it's on auction for 5 Algorand. So if you want to buy this for 5 Algorand, you can buy this for 5 Algorand. And now if I go to my gallery, I can go to listings. That one is listed, and I can go to owned, and I can see this one is owned. So that was the one that I made, remember, a long time before this video. And then here I have this one right here. So this one is the one that we just made on stream, and we didn't take as much time because we had a pretty in-depth look at what it was like creating an NFT on OpenSea, and just throughout the different blockchains it's going to be a slightly different but very similar process. We're going to create a wallet. We're going to need a wallet to navigate the blockchain and to store our NFTs, the things that we create, and the currency that the blockchain uses. And then we're going to be able to need to find an NFT marketplace. Ethereum has multiple. There's Rarible. I know that's very good, comparable to OpenSea. Algorand, I don't know of many different NFT. I don't know of any popular NFT marketplaces other than AlgoGems. And there's different ones that, like I said, on Solana, Cardano, don't know much about them. But that is a general walkthrough of how to create an NFT on multiple blockchains, pretty much from nothing to everything. So there we go. And remember, on the Algorand tutorial, we did not show you how to set up the wallet. I already had that created, but it's a very similar process that we use for MetaMask. You're going to get a seed phrase. You're going to have to write it down. You're going to have to put it somewhere safe. You're not going to want anyone to see it. You're not going to want to take pictures of it. Don't do it on a live stream. None of that shit. Write down your seed phrase. Keep it somewhere safe. When you're interacting with new NFTs, probably use a wallet that doesn't have a whole bunch of money on it, so it's like an intermediary wallet. And yeah, there we go. That's all you have to do. So now it's listed, and we'll just go ahead and do a little bit of Q&A. If you guys have any about NFTs. If not, Niaz said that he wanted a Bitcoin update. Niaz said he wanted a small BTC update, so we can go ahead and get that for you, Niaz. Loading BTC update, guys. Go ahead and get any questions that you have in. This is the time to ask them. Leave it in the comments. If you're watching this after the live stream and you have questions, you can still leave them in the comments, and I will respond to you. I respond to a very high percentage of my comments, all of them that YouTube shows me. All right, guys. Any questions or comments? Questions, comments, my guys? No questions or comments from anyone. Hold on. Get my BTC update ready. All right, neat. We got comment section's dry. What? Comment section's dry for? Why comment section so dry for? No one stayed along for Algorand blockchain. That's all good. It's all good. Shit, it's all good then. We'll do that BTC update. I bet Niaz is the only one here. He wanted to see that BTC update. Here we go, Niaz. So basically what we're looking at here is, let me hide the RSI and go into a little bit of a larger time frame for you. So Niaz, we're still, based on my last video, we're still playing this bear flag here. Seems as though it did a false breakout to the downside and is ranging back inside here, creating a new high over what was, we had this point here that was being used as short-term resistance. So we need to be careful that this doesn't continue to accelerate here. But as long as this forms a lower high here, we're looking towards a downwards break. It's possible that there's momentum gain here for short entries, and we're looking to try to break to the downside here from this bearish pattern. If it does break to the downside, then we're, obviously going to target back to swing low and maybe even some other lower price action beyond that. But as long as this is valid, as long as we're staying inside the bear flag, we're going to have to believe that price could come back up to the top. So this is what speculation is all about here. And this line comes from these two data points, but there's also a line from these two here that this one seemed to face rejection off of. So it's possible on the way up we might get resistance here along this line before coming back all the way up here if it does make it this way. So if Bitcoin were to range up, I wouldn't rule out a move to 24,000, but it's highly unlikely in my opinion. I think there's going to be a lower high formed here somewhere between 23K and 22K. It might not make this high. If it does come up to this high, it'll blow past it slightly and then pull back. And that's where we're going to start that descent, maybe towards the break. Or it could, somewhere in this region, not even reach up into that median range and come down and start for the downside break. But this is what we need to pay attention to. We're basically in this zone. And when we get here, there's also this bit of horizontal resistance that we need to consider. So just because we're approaching this area doesn't mean we're full bull, and doesn't mean you should ape long to the back of this channel. Just be very cautious because there's also a smaller trend occurring here. And there's micro trends in every state. You'll be able to find wedges, different types of movements, things like that, right? So as long as you understand how patterns work, it looks like we're going into a rising wedge here. So what happens? Usually it breaks to the downside. We're looking to find short entries along this line, wait for it to break to the downside, check here, and break to the bottom. But if for whatever reason it breaks up, maybe it does something like this where we have this rising wedge. This was a rising wedge here. And we can see that this is kind of this is slightly a rising wedge. But anyway, it breaks to the upside. So if this breaks to the upside, there might be a little bit of upwards propulsion, like I said, through there. But maybe a retrace and then something like this gets recreated on the other side. So yes. Last week you told Celsius is a bad project and now it proved true. Well, like I said, Niaz, I didn't really know anything about the project. I was just taking an overlook at it and said that I was going to be staying away from it. I didn't really give an accurate prediction on that. I won't take too much credit for anything there. I just said I was going to stay away from it. But yeah, I mean, it goes to show when there's a lot of attention on something, when it's all hyped up, got to be careful of those types of scenarios, man. You got to be careful, and you got to know what you're investing in. I didn't invest in Celsius because I never read the white page, didn't know anything about it really, so that's why I stayed away from it. Hopefully you made the right decision and didn't get wrecked in Celsius. So yeah, oh man, my big fat head was in the way. I always forget to move myself to the corner. I'll move myself to the corner now. Niaz, did you get that, or was my head in the way, bro? Boy, Niaz. Yeah. Yeah, let me know if you got that, brother. Niaz, I think you're probably the only one here now, so let me know if you got that, brother. I don't know if my head was in the way for that most. Yeah, I mean, I know my head was in the middle of it, but yeah, I think my head covered up almost all the shit I was talking about. I don't know. Let me know, Niaz. Was that good or no? You got it? All right, my man. All right, well, anything else I can do for you, Niaz? Since you're, man, fucking member, bro. Thanks so much, man. Might not seem like a lot. I know it's only a couple bucks, but you've been a member for almost 3 months now. You're about to get a new color badge, dude. One of my only members, so it means a lot to me, man. I'm not going to forget it. Thanks for coming out, dude. And anyone else who might be here, thanks for watching the stream. If you dropped in and you left, you're not even seeing this, thank you. Thanks for dropping in and leaving. I appreciate any seconds that you are capable to give me. I really appreciate your time. I know it's a valuable resource. My man. Anything else? Any other questions, comments, brother? If not, we'll go ahead and sign off for today. Get you guys to go make some NFTs. Hopefully, everyone who left the stream early went to go make some NFTs. They just couldn't wait. Maybe they didn't care about Algorand. They're like, oh yeah, I get it. I'll figure it out. That's the kind of guy I am. So props to them. Hopefully, they're all making their own NFTs right now and trying to get rich. Well, all right, Niaz. I guess we ain't got nothing else to say then. We'll check you out, my man. Thanks for coming. Thanks to everyone else again who is or is not here after this is recorded. Appreciate your business. Toodaloos, guys.